What's up, guys? I'm Jay Randall. Welcome back to my channel where I discuss wisdom for the modern man. You know, lately I've been seeing a lot of videos pop up on TikTok of women complaining about the red pill.
Losing your girl because you became addicted to listening to men spew red-pilled rhetoric all day is actually one of the gayest things you could do as a man, next to actually dick-riding a man.
They're saying things like, the red pill is ruining dating and relationships. I lost my boyfriend to red pill content. And you know, I find these videos very interesting, but also very encouraging. And the reason why I find it encouraging is because it's telling me that the message is getting out there, that men are waking up. No longer are men tolerating poor female behavior. They're not tolerating gaslighting, cheating, manipulation, shaming tactics. None of that works anymore. In other words, men are regaining their self-respect, and modern women are finding it very difficult to adapt to this new type of man that's emerging in society. Well, today I have two videos that I want to react to. One about a woman complaining about how the red pill is ruining dating and relationships, and another about a woman complaining that she lost her boyfriend to red pill content. We're going to watch the videos and I'm going to give you my take on what's actually happening in these situations and the broader scope of the dating landscape. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into the video.
I've seen so many videos on how red pill content is ruining dating, and honestly I could not agree anymore. So a lot of these guys that are watching this red pill content, they're very young. They're like 23, 24, 25, 26, maybe even younger. They are forming their whole entire identity and learning how to be a masculine man from some random men on the internet that probably has like 3 baby mamas, no wife, or if he has a wife, he's probably cheating on her. Generation also is that we are so easily influenced and we believe everything that we see online. We are letting other people project their fears, their own experiences onto us instead of us just living our life and forming our own assumptions and our own beliefs based on what we have experienced.
Okay, so basically what she's saying here is that she wants men to go out there, have their own experiences, and come to their own conclusions about dating, relationships, and women, and not rely on information from red pill content creators. Well, here's the thing. Men are going out there and they are dating, they are getting experience, and they are coming to their own conclusions. The difference is now we have the red pill and we have the manosphere where men can exchange information about what's going on in the dating scene. You see, back in the day when a man would experience poor treatment from a woman, he would think that it was just his own isolated situation and that everybody else was having a fairly decent relationship when it came to women. But now men are exchanging notes and they're realizing, wait a minute, you're going through the same horrible treatment that I'm going through? What we're experiencing out in the dating marketplace is what most men are experiencing out in the dating marketplace. The lying, the cheating, the manipulation, the gaslighting, the shaming tactics. So you're over here blaming the red pill as if somehow it's the content creator's fault for why the dating situation is what it is. That's not true. It's actually the women's fault. Women are the ones who've changed. Us red pill content creators are just the ones who are calling it out and informing men on how they should move and maneuver in this new dating landscape. But let's get back to the video.
What it is that we want to experience. So instead of living and learning from our own experiences, we are just taking that on like a sponge and going with it. Now they think that, you know, being masculine and being high value when it comes to dating, you have to be cold and you have to play, you know, these little games, and that's what makes you a high value man.
This is just so not true. When men first begin to date women, most men start off as the nice guy. They have the purest of intentions. It's as we go along this dating journey and we interact with women that we learn that this pure intentioned, nice guy just doesn't get the results. That guy gets treated poorly, he gets overlooked, and he gets left for when she's 30 plus, ran through and wants to settle down. Men realize this with time. And then we observe the individuals, the men, who are getting results with the attractive women, who are getting that woman's time, attention, and sexuality. And we have to adjust. It's not that men start off that way. It's that we must become that by necessity if we want success in the dating scene. But that's not our fault. That's your fault. Because if being the good guy worked, we wouldn't change. I just did a video about a young man complaining about being a good man and how being a well-intentioned individual just isn't getting him the results that he wants. So stop blaming men. We're not the ones playing the games. Women are.
Let me tell you what happens when you move from that energy. When you start playing games, when you start giving women this hot and cold treatment, and then from that space, you're not really attracting a a feminine woman. You're attracting a wounded person, attracting a woman that is in survival mode, one that is confusing your inconsistency with passion, with her hormones going up and down, that is triggering her nervous system, because that's what it felt like growing up. So she's not actually in love with you, she's just living her childhood trauma through you. And if you're the type of guy that's saying, well, all women are the same, women are da-da-da-da, they're just after your money, they're not loyal, maybe you're the same, because love is a mirror. You attract people based off of your frequency, off of your fears, off of your hurt. And no, it's not because all women are broken or because all women are the same. It's because there is something that is within you that feels that love is unsafe. You think that pursuing a woman makes you weak. You think that being emotionally present is simping. And let me tell you that that kind of high value woman that you think that you're gonna get from being emotionally unavailable, it's not gonna happen. And it's not gonna happen because your polarity is off. It's because you think that a woman is supposed to chase you. Girls, if there is a man that you are dating that keeps like triggering your nervous system, is making you freak out all the time and crash out, you're just gonna have to take a step back from dating. Keeps giving you that same push and pull energy just to get a reaction out of you. Just stop right there.
Okay, but ladies, you gotta take accountability here. Why does that even work? Why does the man giving you that push-pull, the man not calling you back, the man having multiple chicks, the man keeping you on that emotional roller coaster, why does that work on you? Why doesn't the well-intentioned, honest, man with integrity, man who actually wants to take you seriously, why doesn't that work? Why does that man often get results where he's not taken seriously, he's left, he's put on the back burner, he's disrespected, he's overlooked? Why is that? Why are these two situations occurring? You see, women, you got to take accountability, and you have to realize that men are going to do what works. So if you showcase to men that the emotional roller coasters, the having multiple girls, being the F-boy, the player, if you reward that with your time, your attention, and your sexuality, then guess what? Men are going to adapt, and they're going to do exactly that. If you reward the well-intentioned man, the honest, the loyal, the nice guy that you guys seem to hate so much, when you reward that, then that's the treatment you'll get. This is completely on women. Women are the ones who inform men on how to behave. Men only do what works. If being an F-boy no longer worked and women stopped sleeping with them, F-boys would evaporate tomorrow. But that's not the case, is it? So whose fault is it that you're getting this kind of treatment? It's yours.
Take a step back. Please heal your nervous system and ask yourself what it is about you that is making you attracted to this man. Because it's not him. I'm telling you, it's something within yourself. It's something that you're reliving through your childhood. Anyways, at some point, we're all just going to have to stop. We're going to have to stop blaming the opposite sex. And have to stop playing these games, because if not, we're all just going to end up extinct and just a generation of a bunch of broken people that are afraid to love. That love is not a game, love is a mirror, and we cannot blame the opposite sex. We cannot blame people outside of ourselves. We're just gonna have to look within and figure out what's going on there. Don't look for things or people outside of you. You don't need this shit. Like, you just need yourself. The moment that we realize this, there's not going to be any more blaming people, like taking real accountability for ourselves and why we attract certain things into our life.
Well, see, here's the thing. Red pill content creators are telling men to take accountability. We're telling them that a lot of the reasons why they're getting these horrible results when it comes to dating and relationships is because they themselves are not up to par. We tell them get in the gym. We tell them get your money up, get your fashion on point. We tell them how to, communicate better, how to be more attractive, be more assertive, be more dominant. We show them all the ways in which they may be lacking, and we tell them go fix it. And here are the tips and tricks on how to do that. So we do tell men to take accountability. The difference is when men now, become this better version of themselves, they look around and they don't see their female equivalent. We see a bunch of narcissistic, self-absorbed, zero accountability having, ran through chicks who are just completely unfit for relationships. And men are noticing that, and they're moving accordingly. And how are they moving? Well, they're either one, they're just not taking women seriously, and these are the F-boys that you're encountering, or they're just opting out of dating entirely, and that's the majority of men. Majority of men aren't even playing the games that you're saying that they're playing. You know why? Because they're walking away. They're choosing not to interact with women at all. You see all these videos being posted about how men aren't approaching anymore, men aren't going to singles events, I go out to bars and clubs with my girlfriends all dolled up and no one even talks to us. So what are these games you're saying they're playing? They're not even talking to you. They're literally going their own way. So once again, guys, this is just another example of women being upset that men are adapting to the modern women and they're choosing peace over chaos. All right, guys, so we got one more video to react to. In this video, this woman is complaining that she lost her boyfriend to red pill content. He was such a great, loving man in the beginning, and then once the red pill got a hold of him, he changed. He changed. He was unrecognizable. You know how it is. Well, we're gonna get into the video, and I'm gonna give my thoughts on it. So let's get right into it.
I lost the guy that I loved and cared about to red pill content. Before he started watching this content, he was a sweet, nice man who treated me well and was charismatic, funny. And the moment he started watching this content, he completely changed. He started calling women bitches, whores, skanks. He became very, very angry almost all the time. And then eventually he ended things with me because he thought I was using him for money. Now, granted, there was one time where I did make a joke about how I wanted an old guy to take care of me, and I quickly regretted it and said I was sorry.
A joke? A joke, boys. It was just a joke. Don't panic. Don't freak out. I just made a little joke about wanting a sugar daddy or an old guy to take care of me. Pay that no mind. Guys, let's be honest. Do you really think that that's the only weird thing she said to him during the course of their relationship? Absolutely not. If she felt so comfortable to be able to say something like that, which clearly showcases her as a red flag, I guarantee you she said some weird, shady, underhanded, or borderline, or even straight up emasculating things to him during the course of the relationship. But of course, she has to paint herself as the victim. I said this one little thing, and as soon as I said it, I was so sorry. I don't buy it, and I'm sure you guys don't buy it either, but let's keep going with the video.
But I still cared about him. I would drive 30 minutes every day to see him. Like, it wasn't just about the money. Because he's watching all this content, he thinks that all these women are trying to use him and all that stuff. And so he had a loving girl that cared about him and loved him and like would stick by his side through anything. And then he eventually said this to me, and this was the final straw. Now, when I first started talking to him, not that it mattered, but he was over 270 pounds when I started talking to him. I did not care about his size. He then lost weight.
Probably due to the red pill content, because we tell men, get in the gym, become a better version of yourself. So there you go. The man's leveling up. Good to hear.
Fat shaming everyone around him. And today, actually, he said this to me. He called me a broke skank and then said that I would ease back on the food. Your stomach's getting a little big.
Damn. Hey, he's trying to help you self-improve. But here's the thing. A lot of women have this like rule that a man should never talk about their weight or never tell them that they're getting fat. Or if you do bring up their weight, you have to tiptoe around it and walk on eggshells. Bro, I told every girl I was with day one, if you get fat, I'm going to tell you straight up you're getting fat. And if you don't lose the weight, I'm leaving you. I promise you. I told every single girl I've been with. I don't tiptoe around what I want. If you get fat, I'm out of there. Homie was trying to let you know what it is. Maybe you are putting on some weight. You're wearing this big sweater, so we can't even tell. But bro, homie was keeping it real with you. I thought women wanted honesty. Listen, you need to lose the weight. Now, calling you a skank. I don't know. Maybe you were. Maybe you weren't. Hey, man, he knows you better than I do. So here's the thing. Men don't do things like this for no reason. This woman is painting herself in the best light possible, as they all do. What we need to hear is his side of the story, because I guarantee you she crossed the line in more ways than she's letting on in this video. But let's see what else she has to say.
I've never, my whole life, had a man speak to me like that. And here I was the week before going out, and I was gonna go buy him a present for his birthday. And for him to turn around and call the girl that cared about him and loved him a skank and fat, when he's like one of the only guys that I've been with.
Sure.
In the beginning, it was totally opposite. He would compliment me, tell me how pretty I was, and laugh and make jokes, and like just this content, it just ruined him. And then I went on his page before we unfollowed each other, and I saw he was reposting like Andrew Tate and like David Goggins, and like almost all of his reposts were that. And then that's how I found out that he was in this red pill rabbit hole, and now I connected the dots.
Okay. You know what I found funny? I found funny how she was bringing up the whole, I was gonna buy him a birthday present, oh my gosh. Like, sweetheart, I'm sure this dude bought you plenty of gifts throughout the course of the relationship, considering he thought you were a gold digger, so I'm sure he was giving you and buying you things. So, you bringing up that you were buying him a birthday present, sweetheart, that's the bare minimum. That's what you're supposed to do. Were you not gonna do it? Like, bro, that's what you're supposed to do. You see, here's the thing. This woman is not telling the full story, as most women don't in these situations, because if they do, just the same way where she mentioned wanting a rich older guy, that weird remark, if she showcased all the other ways that she was a red flag in the relationship, then we would clearly understand why it is the guy switched up and eventually broke up with her. And here's another reason why I know she was the problem. Is because us men, we all know men don't just leave relationships. Women overwhelmingly leave relationships. Men rarely, ever break up with women or divorce women. So 9 times out of 10, if a man leaves a woman, he's doing it for a very good reason. Because just men aren't just emotional and just, wake up one day and decide they want to dip. And on top of that, men don't have as much options as women. So they don't typically just decide they want to leave their girl one day. Men tolerate all manner of BS and will stay in a relationship. That's where the red pill comes in. You see, we're teaching men to better themselves, which is why you see him getting in the gym. He's leveling up, he's getting his body in order, he's getting his mind right. And when you start working on yourself as a man and becoming a better version of yourself, you're less tolerant of BS. You see that line where she said, oh, I want a rich older guy to take care of me? When he was his fatter version of himself, he would have probably let something like that slide. To him, that would have probably just been the kind of remarks that you're supposed to accept in a relationship as a man. But as he became more confident, as he lost weight, put on muscle, he noticing, women treating him different, he's feeling more confident in himself. He looks at his life and he, reassesses the situation. He's like, I don't have to tolerate this nonsense. I'm not going to sit in a relationship where a girl is making these weirdo remarks. And I'm sure that he was probably in a dynamic where he was giving more in the relationship financially than she was, and he probably felt used. Well, she even said he felt used. But of course, she doesn't want to take accountability for that. She wants to talk about how far she drove to see him. She never talked about how much he drove to see her. I'm telling you guys, in these scenarios, you can't take women's at their word because they always paint themselves as the victim. Women love victimhood, they love victim status, and until you hear the man side of the story, you'll never know just how horrible these women were to these men. And here's the thing. I'm happy that this man found his worth, he got in the gym, he's feeling more confident, he decided he's not going to tolerate a woman who's using him, a woman who's saying weirdo stuff like wanting a rich sugar daddy to take care of her. He's not going to tolerate that anymore, and he's off to bigger and better things. And here's the thing. There's a lot of women right now on the internet who are concerned and worried that their boyfriend is going to be the next one to discover red pill content and then switch up or even leave them. And you know what? You should be worried. All the women who are manipulators, gaslighters, cheaters, you type of chicks, you should be very worried because the red pill is coming for your relationship next. Those men are waking up. Men are no longer tolerant of poor female behavior. All those little red flags you think are flying under the radar, no, he's peeping game now. He has the red pill lenses on, and he's seeing you for who you actually are. But for all the chicks who are actually good girlfriends, the ones who are providing value, they're loyal, they're caring, they reciprocate in relationships, they actually, nurture the man, cook, clean, do all the stuff, provide peace, Those women don't have to worry about losing their boyfriend to red pill content because they're doing everything a man would want. He's gonna be right there. But for you girls who are dropping the ball, who think that this is, 10 years ago where you could be a crappy human being and treat your boyfriend like crap, for all you chicks who think men are still adhering to happy wife, happy life, oh, you're gonna be very shocked when you realize that your boyfriend is packing his bags and he's moving on. Because we're not dealing with that crap anymore. Men are regaining their confidence, but above all, they're regaining their self-respect. The day of the tolerant man is over. Either shape up, be a good girlfriend, or you're losing your guy. That's just the way it's going to work. And I'm going to continue making this kind of content. I'm going to continue waking men up. I'm going to inform them that they should have self-respect, have standards, have boundaries, and have expectations of their woman, and that they should never, ever, under any circumstance, tolerate poor female behavior. And if that means you lose your guy in the process, then good. And that's all I got to say on this one, guys. If you got value from the video, please go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, guys, take it easy.